Hello and welcome to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be taking another look at the Gegenpress system and which players can work well within it. Today we're going to be taking a look at the right-sided inside forward, which is a position I'm quite excited to get into because I think some of my favourite players within the game that I've played in my campaigns are actually players who perform in this position. So first of all, let's just remind ourselves quickly what the inside forward is expected to do. So, the inside forward aims to cut inside from the flanks and run directly at the centre of the opposition's defence and works best when the player's strongest foot is opposite to the flank he's playing on, and that's quite important. So basically the inside forward is someone who's going to be getting the ball, and rather than sort of get towards the corner flag and cross it in, he's going to be sort of cutting inside into the area and hopefully getting shots away at goal and hopefully score. Now, there is, as there was with Erling Haaland in the forwards position, for this position there is a player who comes immediately to mind when thinking about the ideal, perfect player for the position. And that person is Mo Salah. Playing for Liverpool in the Gegenpress system under Jurgen Klopp already, so you'd expect him to be someone very adept at this position, and indeed he is. So I'm going to quickly take a look at the various attributes that I think are important for this position, and we're going to start off with, just as it was for the forward position, pace and acceleration are very important for this role, and Salah here is very good in both of those. Another thing that's important for the inside forward is dribbling, so someone who's going to carry the ball very well when they're cutting inside into the area, and as someone who at that point is then going to be shooting at goal, finishing is also a pretty important stat. And in fact, if they have a decent long shots stat as well, that's even better, but finishing is the main one here. Agility and balance is equally important for this position because they're going to be running with the ball. They're going to be going around their full-backs, around centre-backs. So yes, they need to be very strong on their feet and have the agility to get round people. Flair is a stat that's also pretty important for this role because they're going to just be trying to pull something special out of the bag. You know, that you're going to be relying on them to just perform a moment of magic, really, to get the goals and get round people. First touch and technique are important because they're going to, when they receive the ball, they're going to be probably under pressure fairly quickly from fullbacks and other defenders. So with first touch, they can get control of the ball really quickly and be on their way. And technique is also important for how they strike the ball. Composure is another pretty important stat. Again, they need to be fairly calm-headed when they're in front of goal and getting away their shots. And movement is also really important here. So anticipation and off the ball, again, which Salah here has in abundance. They're going to be, a lot of the time, probably played in by their fullback, sort of through balls. Also the playmaker in midfield is going to be trying to find them. So just being able to make those runs and sense where the ball is going would be good. And off the ball as well, help those runs. And finally, they are a semi-creative position as well, so something like passing and vision, if you can get it, are going to be reasonably important. I wouldn't go necessarily mad for those, but if a player has that, they're going to be creating chances as well for your advanced forward. So Mo Salah is the ideal candidate for this, but unfortunately he's going to be very expensive. I mean, I would imagine, looking at his value here right at the start of the campaign, I would think minimum 150 million, probably going on for 200 million even to buy Salah. I have started Liverpool campaigns and had him, and he performs very, very well in the position, but I've never been able to buy him in my other campaigns. I've never had a club that's had that kind of spending money for a single player. So we're going to look at some more affordable targets, and this next player is someone who is one I always buy. Unless I start at Liverpool where I've already got Salah, this is someone I buy every single time. Now this is, and apologies for the pronunciation of his name, but this is Noni Madueke, or Madueke, and he's 19 years old. He's playing at PSV at the moment at the start of the campaign. He is English, and if we look at his career, he actually started off at Tottenham about 4 years before the game starts, and has moved to PSG. So he moved there quite young, and he just has very good stats already, to be honest. I mean, look at his pace and acceleration are already very high, and they will go up. He's listed as a wonder kid, and in terms of his potential, the sky's the limit for this kid, really. Dribbling at 17 is already incredible, finishing very good at 13, and that's only going to go up. Agility balance already very high, and again will improve. Is a very creative flair player. Technique very good. First touch fantastic. Long shots okay. Decision and composure is very high. So really everything you want an inside forward to have, he has. And one thing I didn't mention when we were looking at Salah is that for the right-sided inside forward, you're looking for a left footer, and Madueke here is left-footed. And actually already comes with a player trait, cuts inside from right wing. So he is ready-made to be an inside forward on the right. And I'm going to put up an image now which shows what he's going to be like in a couple of years' time. And you can see that already he's just developing at a phenomenal rate, and indeed has room to improve even further. Now in my campaigns I've generally been able to get him, although it says 26 to 38 here, I've generally been able to get him near the start of the game for around the 25 million to 30 million mark. It's possible you might need to put some add-ons on top of that, but yeah, generally fairly affordable for top flight clubs and someone who is going to, you know, be on the right side of your attack for many years to come. Now also another player I am a big fan of is Yusuf Demir. Now Demir is a slightly odd one. At the start of the game, I think it was maybe in January, he was actually sent on loan to Barcelona for the second half of the season. And I've had campaigns where he started off there, and I've also had campaigns where he hasn't, and he's just been at his regular club, Rapid Vienna in Austria. Either way, you can either buy him at the beginning of the game for around about the £12.5 million mark, or sort of after his Barcelona loan has finished for around the same amount. In none of my campaigns, Barcelona have actually made his move permanent. So you either can get him at the start or wait a year and you should be able to get him. Now again, he's left-footed. Now he's pretty quick. He's got good agility and balance, very good dribbling, good flair. Anticipation and off the ball are okay, but technique is fantastic as his first touch, and finishing is okay. But so he's all right at the start. He is affordable, which makes him an attractive prospect. But I'm going to put up another image now, which is going to show what he's like in a few years' time. And again, he's someone who just improves at a phenomenal rate. And by the time he's 21, he's going to easily be a first-team player for Premier League teams who are, you know, trying for a top four finish or even going for the title. He, again, along with Madueke, he's a player I tend to buy in more or less every campaign. So the next player I'm going to look at is Angelo, or Angelo, who's playing in Brazil. Now he's 16 at the start of the game, so he is very much more a development prospect. And I don't think you're going to be able to buy him until January 2023, so 18 months into the game. And that's because he has to be 18 before he can be bought by overseas clubs. But when you buy him around then, he can be had for around the £15 million mark, which is fairly reasonable. And you can see here when he starts at 16, he's already got, you know, he's fairly good in all the traits we're looking for. He's pretty quick, he's agile, he's got good dribbling, decent finishing, he's a flair player, he's good at passing and vision, he's composed, good anticipation and off the ball. And I'm going to put up another slide now, which is going to show what he's like in a few years' time. I think it's probably 21 or 22 by now. And you can see that he's improving very quickly, and he still has a lot of room to improve as well. So for £15 million, he's a very good prospect as well. And needless to say, he's also left-footed. Now the next player I'm going to look at is Amad Diallo. And I think in real life, it was January just gone that United loaned him to Rangers for the final 6 months of the season. So at the start of the campaign, he is actually already at Rangers, unfortunately. So you're looking at signing him probably for the start of the 2022 to 23 season. But it would be worth it. He is exceptionally quick and agile. He is extremely determined, which is a nice trait. Like, he's going to keep running and not be put off if people are coming in to challenge him. He's a very creative player. He's very good flair. Dribbling and finishing high. First touch and technique are brilliant. And this is the age of 18. And here's another one. I'm going to put up another picture now of him in a few years' time. And you can see that, again, he's someone who continues to improve, has lots of room to improve and grow. And yeah, it's tailor-made really for this inside right forward role. He's got very good player traits as well. He's got move ball to left foot before dribble, cuts inside from right wing. Places shots is okay, but it does mean that he he's fairly accurate with his shooting. He's not someone who's going to continually blast it over the bar. So from that point of view, he's pretty good. The main question mark over him, perhaps, is the price, because he already plays for Manchester United, so he's got a fairly big price tag on him. But I've generally been able to buy him around the start of the, as I said, the 22 to 23 season for around the 40 to 50 million pound mark, which, depending on what level you're at, is probably fairly achievable by then. So yeah, so he's a good choice. And the final player I'm going to look at is Dejan Kulusevsky. Now, in the game, as in real life, he starts off loaned to Tottenham Hotspur, and he's actually going to be playing here until summer 23. So he's on a 2-year loan deal with them. So he's not someone you're going to be able to buy immediately, and when he is available in summer 23, he's going to be very expensive, probably 90 to 100 million pounds. But already at age 21, he's very quick, agile, balanced. He's got the stamina and strength and the pace and the dribbling and the finishing and everything we're looking for, really. He's also a very creative player with 17 passing and 16 vision, and a very clean striker of the ball with 16 technique. Again, he's left-footed, tries to kill a ball. So yeah, so as well as being, he does look for pass rather than attempting to score. So he is someone who's probably going to be maybe more fashioning chances for your centre forward than scoring himself, but he is going to be scoring a good number of goals as well. And I'm going to put up an image now which shows what he's going to be like by the time he's 25, and you can see that, you know, going by these stats, he's among the best players in the game probably for this position. So there we go. Those are my suggestions for players who would be a good fit for the inside forward position on the right of our Gegenpress system. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was useful. If it was, then please do hit the like button on the video and consider subscribing to the channel as well, which would be amazing. And in the meantime, I'll see you next time for more Football Manager 22 content. And we're going to look at the inside left position next, so the opposite side to this, and look at players who would be a good fit for that. So, see you next time. Bye for now.